Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Wisdom and Wit. We've got a hell of a show for you tonight, so buckle up and prepare to laugh your asses off. You know, folks, I've been hearing a lot about this new Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, as they're calling it. Sounds like a joke, right? But let me tell you, it's as real as my cousin's third nipple. And trust me, the thing's got its own zip code. So, our man Trump, bless his orange heart, has appointed Katie Miller to this DOGE thing. Now, I know what you're thinking. Who the hell is Katie Miller? Well, she's not just any old staffer. She's the wife of Trump's incoming deputy chief of staff. Talk about keeping it in the family, right? It's like a political version of Married with Children, except Al Bundy had better hair. But here's the kicker, folks. This DOGE thing. It's being led by none other than Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy. Now, I don't know about you, but when I think of government efficiency, the first thing that comes to mind is definitely a guy who wants to colonize Mars and another who probably thinks efficiency means tweeting while on the toilet. I mean, can you imagine the meetings? Elon's probably there talking about how we can replace all government workers with AI, while Vivek's suggesting we run the country like a startup. Hey, let's pivot the entire U.S. economy to blockchain. Yeah, that'll solve everything. And poor Katie Miller, she's sitting there thinking, I used to just write press releases. Now I'm in charge of dismantling the entire federal government. Talk about a promotion, right? It's like going from flipping burgers to suddenly owning the whole damn McDonald's franchise. But you know what? I'm all for it. I mean, who needs all those pesky regulations anyway? Environmental protection? Peft. The Earth's been around for billions of years. It can take care of itself. Worker safety? Hey, if you can't handle a little asbestos in your lungs, you're not cut out for the American dream, buddy. And let's talk about this whole slashing the federal workforce thing. I mean, who needs all those government employees anyway? It's not like they're doing anything important, right? They're just, making sure our food is safe, our borders are secure, our veterans are taken care of. Trivial stuff. But hey, I'm sure Elon and Vivek have it all figured out. I mean, if they can send a car into space and, do whatever it is Vivek does, surely they can run the entire U.S. government with just 99 agencies. Hell, why stop there? Let's make it an even 50, one for each state. Or better yet, just one big agency. We can call it the agency. Has a nice dystopian ring to it, don't you think? And let's not forget about the man behind all this, our fearless leader, Donald Trump. Now, say what you will about the guy, but he knows how to pick 'em. I mean, who else would look at the complex machinery of government and think, you know what this needs? A tech bro and a guy who wrote a book called Woke, Inc. It's like he's assembling the Avengers, but instead of saving the world, they're here to save us from the tyranny of functional government. But you know what? I'm excited. I mean, who doesn't want to see what happens when you let a bunch of billionaires run the country like it's their personal monopoly board? I, for one, can't wait to see what kind of efficiency we'll get when we replace all those boring old civil servants with robots and blockchain. Maybe we'll finally get that flying car Elon's been promising us. And hey, if it all goes south, we can always blame it on the deep state, right? Or the mainstream media, or Hillary's emails. Take your pick, folks. We've got a whole buffet of scapegoats to choose from. But enough about me and my wild fantasies about the future of American government. We've got a real treat for you tonight, folks. Coming up next is a man who needs no introduction, but I'm going to give him one anyway because, well, that's my job. He's the master of the deal, the king of the comb-over, the sultan of social media. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the one, the only Donald Trump.
Well, thank you kindly, Jimmy. I haven't been this excited since I found out my cousin's wedding was canceled and I could return that slightly used toaster. Now, y'all ready to talk about some good old American politics? So, have y'all heard about Donald Trump's latest staffing decision? He's gone and tapped Katie Miller for this new fancy schmancy Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE for short. Now, I don't know about y'all, but when I hear doggy, I think of them internet dog memes. Maybe Trump's planning to run the government on cute puppy pictures and bad grammar. Katie Miller, bless her heart, is the wife of Stephen Miller, Trump's incoming deputy chief of staff. Now, I'm not saying nepotism runs deep in politics, but if family trees in Washington got any more tangled, we'd need a team of lumberjacks just to sort him out. But let's talk about this DOGE thing, shall we? It's being led by Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy. Now, I don't know about y'all, but when I think of government efficiency, I immediately think of a billionaire who tweets more than a caffeinated teenager and another fella whose name sounds like a Scrabble player's wet dream. Their goal? To slash government spending, cut regulations, and trim down the federal workforce. It's like they're putting the government on the same diet as those Instagram influencers, all kale smoothies and hot yoga. Before you know it, the White House will be doing detox cleanses and posting before and after pics of its budget. Now Musk says he wants to cut the number of federal agencies from over 400 to just 99.
Honey, that ain't trimming the fat, that's liposuction.
I haven't seen a reduction that dramatic since my Aunt Mabel discovered Spanx and vodka. But you gotta hand it to Trump. He's got a strategy. It's like he's playing 4D chess while the rest of Washington is still trying to figure out how the horsey moves. He's restructuring federal agencies faster than I restructure my dating profile after a bad Tinder match. And let's not forget, Katie Miller used to be the press secretary for Mike Pence. Can you imagine the story she could tell? Well, today the vice president successfully avoided being alone with a woman for the 1,000th day in a row. But seriously, folks, this DOGE thing is all about cutting what Trump calls wasteful expenditures. Now, I'm all for saving money, but knowing Washington, they'll probably start by cutting the White House toilet paper budget from 3-ply to 2-ply. Talk about a real pain in the ass. In the end, though, it's all about making the government more efficient. And if there's one thing I know about efficiency, it's that it always works best when you put a bunch of billionaires in charge who've never had to wait in line at the DMV. Well, folks, that's all the time I've got. Remember, if the government does get more efficient, we might run out of things to complain about. And then what would we do with our time? Actually solve problems.
Heaven forbid.
Good night, y'all. And remember, vote early, vote often, and always bring your own pen. You never know where those government ones have been.